The picture says it all. Mhm. Well, Happy New Year, Darren. I'm looking at you, Kakbish. Yep, today we're calling out our favorite user, Cacsips06. I really appreciate you being here despite all the other places you're probably at the same time. You Russian bot, aren't you? Prove that you're a human and type a word now. Oh, I think we found it. We found him. Get him. We're gonna report you, server ban you. Yep. On behalf of Project N364, we. What's the opposite of a salute? Shame? You shame them? All right. Well, I don't feel like sitting up, so I'm gonna just look at your username a bit. I'm very unpleased with you. But hey, new year. We got a little something for anyone who's gonna come and check this out later. I know I will. It's been a year. It's only been 45 games or so for us, but a lot of people do their top 10 lists and things. So Darren and I went and we hit the books and we pulled up what were our favorite and least liked games that we've played. Oh yeah, and I kind of knew that was what was going to happen when we did this project. But I also found games that I would have never known about, and I actually like, and I will actually play outside of this project. So, if anyone's watching this, they're watching this in the future, probably. So maybe it won't quite be as interactive, but maybe take a little piece of paper and write down which ones you saw and how you thought it was a piece of garbage or a wonderful game. Okay? Maybe it might be kind of neat. In that case, maybe we'll wait for humans. I'm looking at you, Capsis. We'll wait for humans to arrive maybe before we reveal them. You think that would make sense? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think Mark's on here. So Mark is pretty cool. Okay. Well, what should we start with, friend? Wah, wah. Oh. Oh my gosh, I love graphs. Oh, wow. Wow. I love this. This is so freaking cool. I love that. Oh, man. Look at the information. Look at that data. Okay, well, look. Look. I've become a little more appreciative in my older age, and I don't think we measure fives as the same standard, right? Like some people might think 5 out of 5, that's 100%. That's perfect, right? And perfect is very unattainable. I see 5 out of 5 as more like 80% plus is basically the way I see it. Like, are you in the top 20% of games? Yeah. Are you perfect? No. But I give you an A minus to an A plus. That's the way I see it. But I'm guessing, and I'm really kind of throwing words in your mouth, so you'll correct me. I'm guessing that you're looking at a 5 out of 5 as like a 99% to 100% game. That that's cool. That's cool. You're making your own framework. You're allowed to do that. I love this. I love this graph. You'll also notice, Darren, that we have similar fours and we have similar ones. Besides that, yeah. I'm loving those graphs. Let's just have a little round of applause for those graphs. Oh yeah. Love the graphs. That's so cool. All right. Bottom 10. Or you want to reveal your so is the 10th place the 10th worst? What's your 10? Glover. Wow. I'm really surprised. Wow, wicked. Okay. My number 10 was Snowboard Kids. Oh man, it's just so non-intuitive. I figured you're just steering left and right, and I mean, even once I figured it out, it was still as boring, but at least it was doable boring. Yep. Yeah, not a fan. Um, I think Snowboard Kids, you gave it a 2. I gave it a 1. And Glover, you gave it a 1. And no, you gave Glover a 2. You gave Glover, both you and I gave it a 2, but that's all right. What's your 9? Oh yeah, that was a piece. My number 9 is Paperboy. Yeah, that was a real piece. Um, Not a fan. Not a fan. I think we both give that one a 1 out of 1. Yeah. Same with Rat Attack. Yeah. It's just kind of trash. What can I say? Yeah, I am still recovering. Yeah, he should be in this game for sure. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that shows up to Scrooge when he's dreaming on Christmas Eve. Changes his life. Says, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get healthcare for my employees, or they'll look like this guy." The funny joke is Paperboy is actually not a paperboy. He's a paper man. He's just kind of like a Quasimodo, so they call him Paperboy because he just kind of grew like that. Moving on. How could you? How could you? I think it's on my top 10. How can you do that? I am offended. You go to beast mode so you can charge up your gun. But it's just like the show. Even in the show, they had to switch to beast mode to gain energy. Oh, oh. Wow. See, this is good. Our resident our resident knowledge guy here is definitely earning his keep. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. I mean, even I'm learning something new every day. I gave that game a 4 out of 5. He's got it on his top 10 worst games. I have a feeling this is gonna happen again later, but I'm only gonna call it when I think it's happening. My number 8 was just kind of blah. It wasn't that it was, like, particularly awful. Otherwise, it would be, like, even higher on the worst games. It was just such a blah game. It was Penny Racers. I totally agree. Like, you basically just roll around because that was the best you could do. Yep. Shevin. Oh, what's there to say about Mia Hamm? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I couldn't agree with you more because I also chose Mia Hamm. Isn't that crazy? I thought that would happen. As you know, I wonder if any of our top 3 are actually going to align. I think it's likely. I think there's at least one on our top 3 that are definitely going to align. Yep. Yep. What do you got for 6? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you knew it was just as bad. Yeah. Scooby-Doo. I can't even remember the full title, but the Scooby-Doo mystery thing. Yes, that was it. Um, yeah, I was being a bit generous, and then after thinking about it a little more, even though I gave it a better rating than a 1, no, it deserves to be a 1. It's a really bad time. Oh, wow. Runner up worst. Right. Well, what do you got for 5? Ooh, yeah. That's yeah. Mhm. The controls were awful. My number 5 was Mace. Yep, yeah. It might have just been too unremarkable to even be considered a horrible game. Mhm. You're number 4. Here we go.
4.
Oh, man, what a trash game. Oh, man. And You you'd really feel that, you know? You'd feel that so much. I could just align with you so much. And the other thing about that game was that not only did it suck, but it managed to change its game type into other game types, which further sucked. So it's not even that it sucks so bad that you're like stuck playing the same thing, is it actually managed to get different types of games that sucked even harder than the ones before it. Yeah, yeah, it was awful, and I'm glad that whatever audience we had was also noticing how horrible it was. We have some overlap. I got Rat Attack. I thought it was a lot worse than you thought. Yeah, I thought it was way worse. All right.
Three.
Mm. Yeah, it was bad. I did like the music, but it was just straight up bad game. I was just talking to some guests last night about how horrible it was, and people who never really played a lot of games on the 64, who aren't kind of doing what we're doing, they were all aware of it and said, "Yep, that's the game." In fact, I had someone who's a player of this genre of game play it himself. He's a very good player. Actually, he might be viewing now, maybe. Danny, if you're there. Mortal Kombat Mythologies. It was, yeah. It had a reputation. People were like, "Oh, I heard how bad this game is," and they were just like, "Okay, the controls suck. I have to actually hit the B button to turn my facing. And how do you get past this spot? You just get smushed, and then I have to go back to the beginning." And people just hated it. Can I make a prediction? I predict that that game is your
One.
of worst games. I guess we'll see. What's your number two?
Two.
Oh man, I totally agree. It is such a wretched, horrible game. Mm-hmm. Oh god, that is horrible, horrible, horrible. Rye Guy Fly Guy is in the chat. Hey, you're just in time. We're doing a New Year's special where we're going over all the previous games that we played, and we're rating them from 1 to 10 of how terrible the games are. So if you here, I'll just copy it in the chat here. So yeah, let me just copy paste. So you've been around, you've seen us play a lot of these games. We tried to rank 10 as the 10th worst game, and we're just leading up into our number one worst games. Yeah, my number 2 is Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. That is the second worst game I played all year, I will say. And Irritating Stick is Darren's number 2. If you've seen that one, Ryan, it is horrible. Yeah, there were a lot of bad ones in 2021. Yeah. Okay, well, drum roll here. What is number one worst game Darren played last year? Holy crow. Yeah, that was bad. Do you remember that one, Rye Guy, Fly Guy? That was awful. I took some notes when we played such bad games like that. I just wrote down some notes there. What do we got here? Okay. Mortal Kombat Mythologies. We have a quote from Rye Guy, Fly Guy. This game does not look that fun to play, but you both seem to be laughing lots and enjoying it. I got a little callback for you there. I had to keep you in. Yeah, and no, you're right. It was not fun to play. I even played it again last night, and I got a dude who's a pretty dang good Mortal Kombat player, and he was pissed off. He was not happy. My number one worst game of the year, and it might actually be the worst game I played in a decade. It might be the worst game I've played in my whole dang life, I have to say, is the one that we just aired recently, Irritating Stick. That game is so awful. It was Darren's number 2 worst game, so we don't really need to go into it. But let me just get some quotes from us playing that game here. Okay. So, here's a quote that I think is, yeah, it's that weird Japanese one. It's supposed to be one of those Japanese game shows, I think, where you torture people, and they actually managed to put it into N64 format to torture people across the world. And it was horrible. Here's some quotes from Darren. I never want to play this game again. Here's another one. While looking at the level select screen, what other hellscapes has this game wrought? It's awful. You play it, and it's this angry Japanese voice screaming at you while you're playing this thing, and I felt like I was being electrocuted every time you would touch the edge of the screen, and you're sweating, and you're mad, and you're upset, and yeah, it was just... It's something that they would use on suspected terrorists. Like, it's just horrible, horrible. If you ever want to feel good about your life, I recommend you go and check out our episode 42 and just check that out for a little bit, and you'll have a better outlook on life. Oh man, awful, awful, awful. You know what? We got through our top 10 worst games of the year. I need to wash my mouth out. That was awful. Heinous. Now you'll see the graph on the screen just to catch you up. Darren made some cool graphics showing how loose I am handing out 5 out of 5 games. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to go over our top 10 best games. And as you can see, he's only got 3 to choose from. Well, I, on the other hand, have at least 7. All right. Number 10. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow. That's very interesting. Um, Rocket Robot on Wheels. Now that one you only gave a 4 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Um, do have another little quote that I would like to release for that game. It's another quote from Rye Guy Fly Guy. He said, "Looks like a shitty Mario 64." Then he said, "Sick, a hot dog car." Mario 64 didn't have that. It was. That moved it up from a 3 to a 4 for me. For me, my number 10 was none other than Castlevania. Um, I kind of lumped both of them into the same category because it felt like an expansion, but I really appreciated the music. The graphics are dated, but it kind of made me want to keep going, even though I had a lot of difficulty. I still really liked it. Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta say, the bad stuff I heard of that game is greatly exaggerated. It was actually a really, really great game. I liked it. Number 9. Wow, Mario Kart made the list. I totally agree. Like, I thought Mario Kart 64 was the best Mario Kart ever. I own a bunch of them, and I even play through them at like parties and stuff. Even the Super Nintendo one. And I thought that it was, like you, the maybe one of the best Mario Karts. It is not even by a long shot. It was uh, one of those things that when you get older and you kind of get outside of your biases, you realize things aren't quite the way you thought they were. hmm So yeah, total agreement there. My number 9 was a brand new game to me that my buddy Darren suggested. It is Spider-Man 64. hmm Yeah, that's actually a pretty dang good game. I had a lot of fun going through it, and I might even get back to it later, to be honest. Yeah, it was awesome. I kind of wish I would have got to it when I was younger, but I have a problem with superheroes, so I'm getting over it. Um, And I have a quote from Spider-Man 64 I'd like to share from Rye Guy Fly Guy, of course, because he's here. He says, "Got to go. Wife and I are at hospital and just gave birth to my new son 2 minutes ago. Missed my son being born for this, so you better keep doing videos." I mean, definitely, definitely pumped it up for me. I mean, you don't. Good times is right. Those are the best of times. Yep. What was your number 8? Yeah, I think we're all pretty close in that kind of area when we're rating these. Um, it's only some games where I kind of really liked them and you didn't, or vice versa. And I'm actually surprised that on your top 10 worst, you didn't have some games that were on my top 10 best. Yes, yeah, totally. My number 8 was Cruisin' USA. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought this is something we'll just pound through, whatever. How boring of a game could this be? But actually, as like a busy adult with a lot of stress and you don't have a lot of time commitment, you could actually play the whole game start to finish in less than an hour. It was fun. It had cool music. I have another quote from I think this is Rob. He said, "A pretty generous game. There's no lives to be lost or anything. It's pretty good." I do agree. Mm-hmm. No, I have played it, and I was not a fan. Not a fan of most cars or things. Darren, I'm getting worried. Is your audio not being broadcast? Oh my gosh. People in the chat are saying they're only hearing one voice. This is going to be very weird if Well, what the hell, guys? You got to let me know these things. I know you said something once like where's Darren and oh my gosh. Well, here's to a better year. Woo! Oh man, this is quite a pickle. Okay. So George Steinbrenner, I'll just catch you up real quick. We're doing our top 10 worst games that we played and our top 10 best games that we played. My co-host Darren is mic is turned off for some reason, and we're correcting it right now. So yeah, you've been hearing just me talking to myself, I guess. And luckily, though, we have lists of our selections, so you can kind of see what are the worst games to avoid, unless you feel like playing terrible games, in which case you must be some kind of sick French person. And the best games, which we're going through right now, which I actually gotta say I recommend. It's worth getting the N64 out or a ROM or something and checking it out. And in the meantime, I will banter, because that's what I do. I banter. I banter. So, right now, we are on our top 7 best games that we played for the N64 on this project. They'll see on the screen there's a graph that shows how loose I am for handing out 5 out of 5 games, and how Darren's a little bit more stringy. He's a little tight. He doesn't hand out those 5 out of 5s. He holds on to them like they're precious gems or something. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are coming in here to check this stuff out, and I read some quotes that you guys sometimes type into the chat to kind of give a little bit of memory, a little bit of callbacks to this stuff here.
Chat, can you hear me now? Chat.
Can you hear him, chat? Do we got him? Woo! What? Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm hearing Darren, you guys. I will always hear him because he's the voice in my head. And yeah, he was there, and now he's gone. Something happened. This is quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. Technical issues. This is the joy of live entertainment. You know what? I think let's just lean into these kinds of issues. I'll appreciate chatting up our lovely crew while while you're getting that stuff set up together. Everybody have a really good. Oh wow, Bob Dole's here. Everybody, say hello to the
Hello.
spirit of
Hello,
Bob Dole.
chat. Can you hear me now?
All right, chat. Can you hear him?
Hello. Alright. So,
Awesome.
for some reason, my actual microphone just keeps disconnecting for some reason. And so, Brandon, you were able to hear me because Discord just switched to the default microphone, which is apparently one that exists in my webcam. So I've just switched to my webcam microphone on the stream now. And I'm just shoving my other microphone to the side because it's not working.
All right. I sure like Bob Dole. That was one of the sad losses of the last year. Was the death of Bob Dole. Glad he's still here with us somehow.
Ghost is posted in the chat.
We keep him every episode. Well, moving forward. So we're giving our top 10 lists of best games that we played, and we are at number 7. What do you got there?
Oh gosh, where was I? Here we go. Number 7 is Quake.
Quake.
Quake, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
can you believe it? That's not the Darren I thought I knew. This game is Quake.
Yeah, that game seemed alright. You know, I haven't played a lot of classic first-person shooters. In fact, I've only really played, you know, like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Time Splitters. And then, you know, I played a little bit of like Halo and that kind of stuff. But once we get to like Halo, I'm like, I'm clocking out of here. So, never really played any of those classic PC first-person shooters, and Quake seemed pretty good and made me interested in perhaps checking them out further.
Wow, that's amazing. We got notes in here. Quake, a faster, jumpier version than Doom. And I only gave Quake a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Right. Well, my number 7 was Winback. Yes, that was a fantastic game that I hope to get back to. It's got some serious GoldenEye vibes, but it's also more Metal Gear at the same time, which I also never played.
Oh no, we discussed this on the Winback stream. Although viewers might not know because I think my microphone actually wasn't working on that episode either. But you have played Metal Gear Solid 2. I played it over at your house. We rented it one time.
Okay, I think we're having a bit of the Mandela effect here. I'm not sure if that really happened. It might have happened. Look,
yeah.
I can't confirm or deny. It's
That
just my own
totally
personal
happened.
experience. Look, as we've seen today, there's a non-zero chance that you may actually only be a figment of my brain because only I can hear you and other people are like, what's going on? Who's he talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's right. I don't know. Let's maybe he's right, you know? UFOs,
Yeah.
aliens, they're here, they walk among us.
Brandon, if I am a figment of your imagination, then I'm in your brain, so I would actually be more correct because I'm actually part of your brain.
God damn it. God damn your logic. Yeah. And also there's things that you would say and do that I couldn't imagine. So I couldn't buy this hypothesis. Moving on. Number 6.
Number 6 is Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, as you discussed with yourself. It was a pretty good game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know what else to really say. My number 6, I was worried was going to be on Darren's top 10 worst. It was Jeopardy.
Yeah. No, it was. I don't enjoy trivia games, but we played way worse garbage than a trivia game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I just like Jeopardy, and I thought the game was so much enhanced getting to play it with the chat, with our friends in the chat here, giving answers while we were playing. The idea of playing Jeopardy online in a game that's not meant to be online from like the 1990s, with a chat and with a friend. It was like the coolest Jeopardy experience I think I've ever had, and I don't think I'll ever have a better one. It was the best way to play this game, and if any sort of video game researchers or programmers looking for a new game, they should make a online trivia game that would be awesome, where you get like a group of like 10 people together in a team, and you only get like 5 seconds to give an answer or something. That would be so cool. Like, I had such a good time. So
Yeah.
yeah, he made my almost my top five.
Yeah, it was definitely. I would say that episode of Jeopardy is probably our best episode in my mind.
Oh wow, wow. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Even though you really didn't appreciate.
I may not enjoy trivia games, but that was the best possible circumstances to play it. To play it.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's what I would say. Like, I couldn't imagine. I if we weren't doing this project, I would just Twitch stream Jeopardy 64, like every Tuesday or something. That would be good. Right. So here we are at top five.
Number five. That is going to be Cruisin' USA.
Nice. Yeah, I really appreciated that game way more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a series that I really enjoy. The first game, I think I didn't realize how, it's still got some silliness going on, like at the end where there's cows on top of the White House or whatever. But as when we get to the other games, I think those the next two games definitely get a lot more silly with ramps and doing car flips and weird stages. I think the final stage in Cruising World is on the moon, so it gets a lot more silly in
Oh
my
my
mind.
lord, that's amazing. My number was Ready to Rumble Boxing.
Okay, yeah, that was an enjoyable one.
I really liked it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Perfect game. Darren, despite beating the crap out of it, only gave it a 4 out of 5. Wah, wah. I really appreciated it. I thought it was challenging. I thought it had a really interesting point system and how you upgrade, and I thought it was quirky and fun. Although possibly a tiny bit racist, maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah. I have a quote from the last respawn. These people look like mutants, just piles of meat. LOL.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right, Darren. Your big number.
Four.
Number 4 is gonna be Diddy Kong Racing.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing. That is a pretty good game, and that is the best kart racer on the N64. Unless we discover that there's a
Oh.
secret hidden best one later on. But
Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Can I'll take notice, folks, that he said Diddy Kong Racing is is his number 4. Now, keep in mind that Mario Kart 64 barely even made his top 10 list at number 9. Isn't that crazy? I find that so bizarre. I thought maybe he might have Mario Kart as number 4 and Diddy Kong Racing as number 9, but no, it's the other way around. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. We agreed. We both gave it a 5 out of 5.
indeed we did. So,
Mm-hmm.
What is your number 4?
My number 4. Well, now that we got folks in this, I'd like to see from the chat or from yourself, Darren, what you guys think my number 4 best game that we played on here was. Any guesses, anyone? I'll really narrow it down. It's a game that both Darren and I agreed was a 5 out of 5. Ooh, I chose Jeopardy as my number 6. Any guesses?
Is it Diddy Kong Racing as well?
It's Diddy Kong Racing, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
shit.
Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, that is a fantastic game. It's definitely the superior and probably the best racer that we'll find on the N64 is my guess.
The best racer?
Yeah, it's a racing game, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I guess time will tell. We'll see.
I guess time will tell.
Dude, it's way better than Mario 64, hands down.
It is.
Hands down. I came in with the I know. Look, I'm with you. I came in the same level, like it's just a better game when you compare it to everything. You play them back to back, face to face, which we did, by the way.
You did.
It's just superior. It's better at everything.
It is. It's better. Controls are better. It's got the 3 different. You got the plane, you got the hovercraft, you got the car, you got a adventure mode, which the Mario Kart never had anything even resembling that. It's just like, here, do some races.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
good point.
Yeah.
Totally. It didn't have to be called Diddy Kong Racing because they had characters from all kinds of N64 games on there. They had Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie. They had Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Well, Conker hadn't come out yet at that point.
That's true. But I mean, you could have called it anything else. They had all these other characters, but they threw Diddy Kong in there, and he honestly has nothing to do with the game. The only thing that Diddy Kong is related to in the game is that I was gonna say you pick up bananas. Do you pick up bananas in that game?
You pick up bananas, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. Nothing else had to do with Diddy
Actually,
Kong.
you know what? Banjo-Kazooie hadn't come out either yet. I just checked, so neither of those characters are actually starred in their own games yet.
Well, there's theories on this, and I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but people were playing those games, Darren. People were playing those games, and then they made Diddy Kong Racing. So, people come in, they edit the Wikipedia articles, they change history. History is made by the winners. So,
Oh, you're from the universe where Banjo and Conker came out first. You got Mandela affected.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're misrepresenting me. You're putting words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. So I win.
Ah, shit. Alright, well, anyways. Number 3.
Three.
Number 3 is going to be Mischief Makers.
Ooh.
That was a
Mischief.
game that seemed pretty cool. Haven't gone back to it yet, but that's definitely, I would say, of the games that I hadn't played yet that I was interested in going back to play more. That is number 1.
Wow. Amazing. Mischief Makers was our very second episode. It was the very first game that Darren chose. And I was really surprised that, right out the gate, he chose such a banger. Now, I'm surprised that Darren chose Mischief Makers as his number 2 because...
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm surprised Darren chose it as his number 3 because he only gave it a score of 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's not a 5-banger. Yeah, give it a 4. So I'm very surprised by that. But hey, that's one of the magic of going back and looking at things, I guess. I guess after playing so many crap games like Irritating Stick and Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, he decided to kind of favor that a little higher.
Uh-huh.
So, my number 3 was Harvest Moon 64.
Oh, yes. A classic.
Classic. It's just such a well-made game. That's a quote from Cynthia's. Well-made game. Also got a quote for Mischief Makers from my cousin Adam, Matrix Cutter. He says, "It looks like Mega Man. Nothing like Mega Man, but it looks like Mega Man. It has that kind of theme. It has that kind of space robot stuff and cool boots."
Indeed.
Okay, here we are. Big ones here, guys. We're talking about. Oh yeah, we played Harvest Moon 64.
Yeah.
It's probably
That was episode 1.
the episode 1, our very first episode. We chose that, and it's what brings me back to the N64 every couple of years. I make the journey. I do the ritual. I find the cart on the internets, or I steal it from a friend who's very nice to let me steal it. But yeah, if you want to see the Harvest Moon episode, it's the very first episode. It's on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. A lot of people don't know that. So yeah, you could find us on YouTube. Darren, what is our YouTube handle?
N364 streaming.
That's right. And so yeah, you can check it out there. Now I have to admit, it was our very first episode, and I knew that Harvest Moon 64 was kind of a slow game for streaming purposes. So I don't think it's our best episode. You could definitely check it out if you like. But yeah, we were still kind of figuring things out. We had some technical things to work out, you know.
We did. It was a little rough going at first.
Which is nice because you can compare to where we are now. I mean, look now, we have graphs.
Yeah.
We have graphs for crying out loud. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we definitely don't have someone missing audio for.
Nope, definitely not. Thank you.
Yeah,
We appreciate all
impressive.
of it. Yes, we sure do. That was good. Yeah, no, Harvest Moon 64 is a fantastic freaking game. We gave it both 5 out of 5 perfect score, and I suspect that it's going to be either his number 1 or 2, is what I'm thinking.
Indeed. Well, you would be correct. It is number 2 for me.
Ooh, number 2. Harvest Moon 64. Oh yeah, Stardew Valley is an amazing game. As Zero Punctuation put it, Stardew Valley has murdered Harvest Moon, skinned it, wears its own skin on its own body, convinced its own parents that it is its own game, and lives in their house and carries on.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I think that's basically what it is. Like, it's actually kind of disgusting how good it is and how much it is Harvest Moon. Dude, there's something a little creepy about that game. I do have to say, I've logged more hours in Stardew Valley than I should admit. Probably more than I've played any other game in the last many years. And yeah, there's something about that game and Harvest Moon that is a little creepy. How oddly similar they are. And it was necessary because Natsume kept making Harvest Moon games, or I shouldn't say Natsume, but whoever was making Harvest Moon games that were just missing the mark. And what's his name? The creator of Stardew Valley, I can't remember his name right now. Concerned Ape. He got it, man. He put her down and made a fantastic game. And that game could have never existed without Harvest Moon 64.
Indeed.
So Parasite, I don't know. That's a bit heavy. Maybe not a Parasite, but something doppelgangerish about it.
Yeah, it's the Ditto version of Harvest Moon.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Except, like, I feel like it's a little worse than that because it got a niche, it got a place that was Harvest Moon's place. So, in some sort of way, it's like a Ditto that murdered the other one. Because even as I was playing Harvest Moon 64 recently, and I It's the only reason really why I started playing the N64 again and again and again every time I put it away is because I want to play that Harvest Moon 64. And gosh, Stardew Valley just did everything better. You know, they had an extra 20 years to perfect the formula. I don't know what else we can really say about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ryan, if you get a chance, I highly recommend Stardew Valley. It doesn't take long to get into it. Even my friend Darren here recommended Stardew Valley to me. He showed it to me. He's like, "Look at this game I have."
Yeah.
I saw it for like 20 minutes. Then I went home, downloaded it, and threw like 400 hours on it, and then showed it to my girlfriend, who also threw down like 500 hours on it. And like a year later, I was like, Darren, you should play Stardew Valley. And he's like, They made it online, so you can play Stardew Valley 2-player. You can play Harvest Moon 2-player, basically, which is amazing. And how much time did you throw on that game?
It was definitely over 100 hours, so this is a lot of time.
Yeah, it's an amazing game.
It is.
The problem is you need 2 consoles. No, wait, no, you can play 2-player on a single console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you played to Year 5 in Stardew Valley? No, you must be talking about Harvest Moon. Well, great job, man. A lot of people don't make it to Year 5, so good on you. By then, you must have pretty much mastered it. I'm guessing. I gotta say, thanks to Harvest Moon 64, it's kind of wounded some of my social relationships. I tend to like go to work or go to school carrying like a rucksack full of eggs, and then I just like someone will give them an egg and be like, "Here you go." I think about doing that. I don't actually do it that often. My number was one that Darren had already put into his top 3, I believe. It is Mischief Makers. So notice that Darren's number 3 was Mischief Makers, and mine was Harvest Moon, and then his number 2 is Harvest Moon, and mine was Mischief Makers. So our 2 and 3s are pretty much the same.
Indeed, they are.
And yes, I value Mischief Makers more than Harvest Moon. Just because if I had to play a game right now, it would be Mischief Makers.
Makes sense.
And here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our number 1. The game that you've all been waiting for. And I'd like to see if anyone can make any predictions here. Anyone in the chat predicts what we think the best game we played on this project was. Darren, do you have any guesses for my number 1?
Well, I don't know, because you told me a certain game was on your top 10 list, but it hasn't appeared yet. So my guess would be something other than that game, unless you were lying about that game being on your top 10 list.
Let me make a guess for you here.
Okay.
I think. Okay, I know. Actually, I know exactly what it is. And I further predict that your number 1 is going to be my number 1 too. And just for Rye Guy Fly Guy, those are all fantastic games, but we're only giving our top 10s to the games we played on this show. The 45 games or so that we played. So we haven't got to Star Fox yet. Looking forward to it. Haven't got to Bomberman yet. Looking forward to it. Perfect Dark is a fantastic game. We might do it on our 100th episode or something. And No Mercy is coming. But for now, we're just kind of picking from the ones we played. So I'm going to say that your number 1 and my number 1 are going to be the same game. I'm not going to say what it is because that would be giving it away. But I am saying that they're the same game.
All right, let's reveal at the same time. Yeah.
Ooh, at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so wait. I'm really bad at this because there's a slight delay. Okay. Do we do it on 1 or the number that comes after 1?
The number that comes after 1.
Okay, so it's important that we're counting at the same time, right?
Right, okay.
Okay, so can we count can we just do a practice count from 5 to 1?
All right,
Okay. Ready?
ready. Five, 4,
Five,
3,
4, 3,
2,
2,
1.
1. That was good. That
All
was good.
right.
Okay, now let's do it for real. Let's do it for real. Okay,
Okay.
ready? Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Five,
Five,
4,
four,
3,
three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
F
F
Zero
Zero
X.
X. Woo! Hey,
Yay!
yeah.
Yeah, F
Woo!
Zero X. Fantastic, fantastic game.
Yeah, number one.
Number one for sure. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Brandon, explain
shit.
explain that statement.
Oh, damn it.
Just lying all the time, Brandon. You
I
said
don't
Beast
know who I
Wars was
am.
also on your top
What's
10, and it
happening? What's
wasn't.
happening? Well, look, I'm not a perfect person. I try my best. I come to you with my hat in my hand and I say, I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me?
No.
Well, come on. Come on. I mean, look. Someday I'll be replaced with a better, more Stardew Valley-er version of myself, and he'll fit my niche better. But until then, you're stuck with me, Harvest Moon 64. Okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. I'm pretty good.
I'm gonna replace. I'm gonna take all your voice, and I'm gonna make a bot that speaks in your voice that'll be more subservient and not lie all the time.
I would love that bot. I gladly let them take my place, and I will fade off into the sunset. Yes.
Fantastic.
Well, that's amazing, Darren. I think it's really cool that we've got the very same number one, and our twos and threes are totally interchangeable.
Indeed, yes. It's pretty good. Pretty
Oh,
good.
and our number four was the same too.
Oh yes, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of agreement in the top four there.
Yeah, before that it was a little shakier, but yeah, definitely the top four. Pretty agreeable.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, we do have a kind of similar taste, I guess.
That's true. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Totally, totally. Well, you know what, Darren? I really enjoyed this New Year's special. I know we have Nightmare Creatures listed as the game, but I'll be honest, I ran out of time.
Oh shit, we went too long, eh? You know,
I think this is the episode, I think.
when you said you wanted to do this before the game, I was kind of like, huh. When we had talked about it before, I was thinking it would just be the whole episode. But
Yeah,
I was like,
you're
oh,
right.
whatever. I guess if he thinks that it's gonna be,
Look, okay, we've been over this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
Uh,
I try my best.
Everyone's just. They heard all the screams of the nightmare creatures in the background this whole time for an hour. Now,
That's just our style.
Yeah.
Graphs and screams.
you came
And
for
Brandon
nightmare
talking.
creatures.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's so true, Right Guy Fly Guy. We really roped you in.
Yeah, we sure
This is the
did.
nightmare creature.
Alright. Alright, well, you know what? So, if this is going to be the end of the episode, then now, that's actually pretty good. 4 out of. Well, thank you, right guy, black guy.
You know what? I really had a good time. I give this episode also a 4 out of 5.
And I gave it a mystery out of 5 because my voice is gone again, and you'll never know what my rating was.
Your voice is still here, right?
Yeah, no, it's still here. I'm joking.
Oh, good.
But yeah. So I do have if this is going to be the end of the episode, I do have a special announcement. Brandon, you would have a special announcement, but this time I've got a special announcement.
I am
Um,
so excited,
yeah.
and I am now ready.
So I see here, it's been, we just went and reflected on all the worst games and the best games that we've played in this last year on the N64, but we've gotten an offer, and I think it's time to pivot. So
Oh my gosh.
we'll never play Nightmare Creatures because we've got a special offer. We can earn $200 if we play Raid Shadow Legends for 4 hours. So
Oh,
get
wow.
get get fucked N64 games. We're a Raid Shadow Legends streaming
Oh my
channel
god.
now.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
We're
Oh
selling out
shit. I for 200
for
bucks?
200 bucks.
Wow. Uh gosh, what's my cut?
What? Your cut?
Yeah.
You get a cut?
Yeah, well, I mean, like probably like a 60-40, right? Or
Oh,
70-30,
yeah.
you know?
Um,
Maybe
well,
150 for me, 50 for you.
yeah. I mean, realistically, I'm doing all the work here. I'm running the stream. I think you're
Hold
just
on
kind of you're
now.
just
I don't know if you were
you know
really
what
doing that
you're
much
you
work.
know, Brandon. What you get out of this is exposure. You know.
Oh, exposure. I'm so
Yeah.
exposed. I'm naked here. I'm so exposed it's a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Rye Guy, Fly Guy, how do you feel about this? We'll just be Raid Shadow Legends streaming from now on. Does that
Well,
sound good to
see,
you?
he put wow, okay, wow in the chat, so I think it sounds like he's agreeing with it. He's down with it.
I
Two
don't even.
wows. I bet
Oh
he's
my.
pretty happy.
I'm not happy about this, I gotta say. To be honest, it's I mean, we've come so far. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Well, 200 bucks is 200 bucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
maybe it's
Well.
something we'll have to think about, I
Yeah. Well,
guess.
okay. What about this? Do it. I don't. I haven't looked at the offer. Maybe they don't. Maybe I can keep playing N64 games, and you can play Raid Shadow Legends, and we'll do the
Oh,
two screen thing here still.
no.
And I,
No.
I get to keep
No.
playing
No.
N64 games.
No, that sounds terrible. I don't wanna. I don't wanna do that. That's horrible. No. You know, so many people they send me messages and they say, when you playing a game next, and what's going on next, and I really want to let them down, even though we got piles of money, piles of money. We're talking hundreds of dollars here, people. I think we should stick to it. Be true to the cause.
All right. You've talked me down from it. You talked me down from it. I'll agree that we won't sell out quite yet. I don't. The audience isn't big enough yet, so we gotta hold out for a little bit more money. I guess
We're
two
only in
hundred.
it for the money.
Yeah,
You heard it here, folks.
$200 isn't quite enough to sell out. So all right,
It's dangerously close, though.
it is. It is.
Yeah, definitely. We can be bought. Just saying that we can be bought. Well, cool. I really appreciated this episode. I also give it a 4 out of 5.
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of the episode then. So, yeah, I'm just going to take these graphs down, and you can see here's the menu for Nightmare Creatures and the logo. So, if you want to find out what Nightmare Creatures actually is as a game, join us next time.
That's right. We'll hit it next time.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope to see you in the future.
Adios.
Goodbye.